tough loss, of course. Played really well at home. Played well in the first half. I thought we played really well in the second half. Had really good contributions and performances by a bunch of our guys. I thought everybody played well. I thought we played really hard. Appreciative to the fans that showed up, especially being a uniquely late 9 p.m. tip. So good win for us, and back to it. Got to get rest, no off day, and another great opportunity on Saturday against another really good team.
I guess the story kind of within the game today, Blue kind of came really close to getting the first triple-double for you guys since, I think, 2021. Just the progress he continues to make, and he's helping you in so many different ways right now.
He is. As a freshman, I just said on the radio, he was a talented freshman that could make shots and was developing in other areas. And now he's a good player. Now he's a good SEC player who had a whale of a game and only made 1 3. Arguably his biggest strength, definitely last year and maybe early this year. But just rounding out his game, 8 assists and 0 turnovers. And really rebounded well, played really hard. Proud for him.
There's a play near I think about 80 seconds left. Silas kind of lays out for this loose ball and hits Cain.
Yeah.
What does that play kind of say about the culture and maybe Silas's role in kind of building that play hard kind of thing?
It says a lot. I mean, that's a microcosm of what we're trying to be. That exemplifies culture is action. That exemplifies what we're trying to do on a daily basis, things that we can control. This whole league. I mean, there's 16 really good teams that play really hard, and whether we're making shots or not, we've struggled with it at times. We've struggled with free throws. We've struggled with turnovers. But for the most part, especially at home, these guys have laid it on the line and played really hard. And you'd love to see that. And that's who Silas is.
How many times have you seen an opposing team score 27 points on 9 3-pointers, and just kind of how your guys kind of kept your composure, not kind of letting that get get to them a little bit?
Yeah, early in the game, the scout for us was, it starts with those 2 guards, Carter and Sears, who were just a handful to defend. That staff and Matt, they put it in space and they run different actions for them, and they're just hard to keep up with. And so that was the focal point, and some other guys stepped up and hit some shots, and they had it going. So that was something we talked a lot about at halftime, and obviously the 10 turnovers we had, and only 3 in the second half. That was the biggest factor for us offensively in the second half. But sometimes really good players in this league allow their teammates to get a little bit more open, maybe more so than if there was a little bit more parity out there in the court. And so it starts with Sears and Carter, and then they got it going a little bit as well. Defended the 3 better in the second half.
Was there an extra effort, you think, to share the ball? I think you had 23 assists.
We've done a lot of skill work, just a ton, more so in season than I've ever done, in an attempt to address our turnover issue. And so we've caught it a lot, and we've jump stopped a lot, and we've worked on simple 2-handed passes, extra passes, and pivots, and all those type things. And you like to think that some of that's paying off, but probably more than anything, just playing downhill and playing with confidence, being in transition, because we got stops. You hold a really good offensive team, 62 points. A lot of our big wins, teams were in the 60s, and that's easier to control than whether or not shots are falling. So guys have embraced playing with one another and letting the defense dictate who's shooting the ball. Again, Blue's a good example of that. Played 31 minutes and took 2 threes, but we shared it. We've got some unselfish guys, but different defenses that will play moving forward will dictate how much they actually allow you to move the ball, and that's part of it. Just happened to be a little bit different tonight.
Santo had some big blocks tonight. What does his presence down low kind of do for the rest of the defense?
He makes a big impact on the game with some of those loud blocks and loud dunks, and he's emerging. He's developing. He's working on it every day. Did some good things. He was really efficient. Made a big impact on the game.
Seems like whether it's in the box score or on the floor as well, you're seeing a lot of the guys that started their career at Georgia are being the ones that are kind of running the show. It feel like in years past, a lot of times it's been transfers.
Mhm.
What's kind of the significance of kind of building those guys from the ground and them being the ones running the team?
You know, I don't want to separate, you know, especially this time of year, it was a little bit easier to talk about the returners versus, you know, the freshmen and the portal guys. But now we got a bunch of guys that we feel like we've been coaching for a long time and that we really like and respect, and we enjoy working with. They're getting better. It just feels like we've got more continuity probably than it might feel, you know, for an outsider looking in. But you love to watch guys getting better and grow together. But those three sophomores certainly are continuing to improve.
You guys outscored them in the paint 44-14. How much do you feel like that dominance down low, I mean, kind of turned the game in y'all's favor?
Well, that gives you a chance night in and night out, right? And the rebounding margin. Again, I just thought we were flying around, just playing with reckless abandon on the interior. Guards flying around on the perimeter as well. It gives you a chance. It's harder to do that, obviously, the rebounding discrepancy. Moving forward, you know, in this league, I'm not sure how many more times we'll see that. You know, some of them just bounce to us as part of the game. But we're a good rebounding team. We got to continue to get better at it, though, and we'll continue to play really good rebounding teams, of course.
With the difference in turnovers between the two halves, was there an adjustment made at the break or something that changed that you saw in protecting the ball?
We watched some offense, we watched some defense. We continue to talk about turnovers. We didn't talk about it for a while. I've been open with you guys about that, but now it's past, you know, talking about it, past feelings and confidence, and our guys have embraced it. You know, we were a little bit sloppy there, a few of those possessions, but a couple of them were offensive fouls. You know, one on a cut by a big, and one was on a mismatch with RJ trying to back down Sears. So I don't know that those are bad decisions, you know, and then a couple times balls just slip out of your hands, and those ones are a little bit harder to control. But we had 4 or 5 pretty bad decisions in the first half. Slowed down, made better decisions in the second, a la Tuscaloosa the other day, where we had a lot of deficiencies, but we made good decisions and got better with our ball security. So that's 3 out of 4 halves where we're showing some improvement.